host the talk shows Find Your Own Voice, Lead from Within. With me today is Carol Ann Cooper and Claudia Passa. Carol Ann Cooper, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Thank you, Namsa. And as the writing facilitator, what I do is I support women in becoming more productive with their writing. But more importantly, they experience free-flowing writing. They experience an unlocking of the writer within and getting their story written, getting their book written, because you cannot publish what isn't written. And all of this has come about through my own journey of unlocking the writer within. So, Claudia, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Sure, absolutely. Hello, everyone. I'm Claudia Prischer. I am an intuitive energy healer and a theta healer, mindset coach as well, and I help people to identify their limiting beliefs in regards to at the very, very core, so that we can find it, unravel it, and change it around, and to bring in like new empowering beliefs. That's what I do.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Claudia. So, our topic today, Carol Ann, you chose this topic. Do you believe in luck? So, I would love you to explain to our audience why did you choose this topic, and did you get any luck or something? Or
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes I think I'm lucky, sometimes I'm not. And I think I've always looked at my sister as being luckier than I am. She seems to, things happen, but she always comes up smelling of roses, and that's always been how she's been known. And so when I saw this, someone talking about luck, do you believe in luck? I thought, oh, that's a great question. So I thought, let's have a play around with it, and sort of lots of ideas came to me in terms of, yes, as a child, I did believe in luck, and I remember looking for four-leaf clover. My friends and I were always searching for four-leaf clovers, and one of my friends found one, and I was like, oh, that's not fair. So there was that little bit of, oh, they're luckier than I am. So sometimes there is that belief that there is something outside of us that creates luck for us, or we attach it to something, So yes, I thought, let's have a chat, let's throw it around and see what you think. And be interesting to see what our, listeners think as well. Do they believe in luck? So Claudia, what about you? Do you believe in luck?
Yeah, it's as well a bit like, when I saw the topic, obviously I got as well a bit into it and just reflecting it in regards to my life. And what you just said, Carol Ann, that sometimes if we believe in luck, we think it's something outside of us. And I realized the same, because this way it's a bit like we give our power away, or we don't believe that we have the power in regards to our life. So good point. I totally agree here. I mean, luck is just like it's a labeling we do, right, in regards to the negative and the positive situations or circumstances in our life, and we experience them, and then we label them in regards to it's bad luck, it's good luck. So this is what we've been taught, right, from young, the beginning, from childhood. So, and I suppose as well we pick that up, as you said, with clover as well, the four-leaf one. I did that actually too when I grew up in Germany. The four one as well. Apparently it gives you luck, But like as I grow older, and as well as of today, I'm like, it's just like don't know. It's just like you create your own luck as well with your thoughts, and like how you think of something. If you think of something going on in your life, and you're expecting an outcome, and I noticed as well when I started to be a bit more aware in regards to my thoughts and words, that I have the power actually to create the things most of the times I would like to have as the experience, as the outcome. So that's a bit like my version, how I changed. What about you, Namza?
Do I believe in luck? Carol Ann said sometimes it is something that we think that is attached to us. And Claudia, you agreeing with them that is something that will label it. For me, basically, I believe that in the Bible there is bad luck in the Bible, and there is luck. And I believe in luck, and I believe that basically the Bible says every gift and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the light, with whom there is no variation of shadow due to change. So I believe that there is luck if you basically, the angels of God will bless you, whether you believe in God, whether you don't believe in God, because the Bible doesn't say you just have to, God blesses those who believe in Him. If God sees that you are struggling, if God sees that you are trying really, really hard to change your life, it's mostly like in the Bible, there are some people, like different people, that basically showed that they received blessings by not giving up their lives and refusing to be defeated by problems. And also, if you are at the right time, at the right place, I believe that God, the angels of God, will bless you. And I know that the Bible says sometimes there are some energies that will try to remove you where God is meant to bless you. Like, let's say you come to gossip talk shows. If gossip talk shows is meant to bless you, you're meant to receive blessings at gossip talk shows, your business to grow, but just by coming in here, empowering people. But if another energy says that this is where your blessings are, I believe that that energy, there's a good and bad energy that can remove you from your luck. So I believe in luck myself. And I don't believe that luck is something that is attached to us. Like Kero Anna was saying, that sometimes we do believe we have those beliefs. But I believe that when you are born, your book of life is already written with your luck, with your blessings. But then do we reach there? Some people don't get to reach where they are meant to be because of problems. Like, let's say, like myself, if I acquire problems and then I choose to be defeated by those problems, if I'm going to be blessed tomorrow, if tomorrow is my lucky day, the angels of God are coming to bless me, to give me luck, and then I'm giving up today, I'm saying there is no such thing as luck, there is no such thing as this, and I go cuckoo, I go bonkers, God will say she's not ready, and then move away. Then that means I'm missing out my blessings. But it's sometimes even though when you go cuckoo, you go crazy, God will have mercy and say, "This is my child. She's going through, he's going through so much. I will bless you. I will give you like." And then when you receive it, some people start to attach it to ancestors. Some people start attach it to all sorts of things. But the truth is, yes, for me, I believe in luck. So I don't know who, Anna, do you want to take over?
There's a lot there. And I think one of the key things there that you were saying about is refusing to be defeated.
Yeah.
And I think that's where people who are lucky or appear to be lucky, they tend to be more optimistic. They're resilient. They can bounce back.
Yeah.
They refuse to be defeated. And their thinking is more a case of, well, it could have been worse.
Yeah.
And they get that much broader focus. They're able to see much more. Whereas somebody who thinks they're unlucky as you said, they are unlucky. And I think, Claudia, you touched on your thinking. What you think is what you get. And it is about your perspective. So if something doesn't go your way, somebody who thinks they're unlucky is very stuck in a narrow focus, and they'll just go, oh, that could have been better, rather than it could have been worse. It's the way you're looking at it. And they're very stuck in their routine. They're frightened to sort of step out of their routine, rather than thinking, well, let's try something different. Let's take a different route. Let's open up to possibilities and actually see what opportunities are out there. So again, I think a lot of it can be down to your mindset, how your perspective on what happens. And one of the key things, I think, for me is actually your perspective on what happens. Because you don't, it's Alice Hoffman said this, here's the thing about luck. You don't know if it's good or bad until you have some perspective. So it's all about perspective. How are you looking at it? And how are you thinking of it? And what are you going to do with it? And of course, stuff happens. And sometimes it can go your way or not. What you have to realize is that you always get what you actually need in any moment. And there's a lesson that you can learn from what happens. So if you're someone who feels you're lucky and actually will look at opportunities, will look at incidents or events that happen, rather than to you, they happen for you, because there's a huge learning opportunity there. There's something for you to learn. And it might not be what you've been asking for or what you want, and you're thinking, oh, I'm never lucky enough to get what I want. And you see someone else and they're always getting what they want, or so it appears. But if you stop and look at what you actually end up with and assess it and look at it from a different perspective, it's what you actually need in that moment. And it reminds me of when I was not very well at all. I had my knee was blown up like a balloon, head, neck and shoulders looked tight. I could hardly move properly, and I was not well. And I had to look after my granddaughter for a short while, because my daughter wasn't very well either. And it's just like, okay. And I remember thinking what I'd been asking for was somebody who I could have company with, because I was on my own. And here I was with my granddaughter, and we would sit and cuddle up on the settee. We would listen to my music, and we would sleep, we would doze. And she would just tap my right knee and go, that one's okay. And she'd tap my left knee and go, that one hurts. And I say, yeah. So she kissed it, and I swear she kissed me better. I swear she gave me cuddles. But it took me a while to realize that actually I was given what I needed in that moment. My granddaughter was a divine gift from God at the right and proper time. So I was lucky, so I was able to really reframe it and feel extremely lucky. Whereas beforehand, I had started to feel a bit sorry. Oh, it's not what I wanted. But yeah, looked at it differently. And so there was that gratitude in my heart. And I felt a lot better because of it in myself. So there is that angle, what's your perspective on it? Now, Claudia, you want to add in there?
Yeah, I'm just unmuting myself. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's the way we see things and the way we see life. And we all see life in a different way through our own lenses and through our own experiences and beliefs and programs and everything, So actually it's more a personal, individual thing of each of us. And yes, and everything what happens to us, actually, as well as you said, is like there are no incidences. Exactly, it's the way it's meant to be for us in this very moment, and no coincidences whatsoever. And everything has a meaning attached to it, where a learning comes as well with it. So if we can see the blessing and the learning in every situation, I mean, this is quite experience as well. Even if a situation is, as we tend to label as negative, and we are still able to see the blessing and the learning here, this is like, yeah, it's just, this is really already far, far advanced, how we see life and how we, yeah, just like, and then actually we can go ahead and be without this labeling all the time, like good or bad, right and wrong, and so on, just because it's the way how we see life, and make the situations as well in our favor, and take the learnings as well with it. And what Carol Ann as well just said, yeah, she mentioned a few statements in regards to I'm lucky, or the others are more lucky than me, when she talked about her siblings. And I like the idea as well to play a bit with affirmations, because obviously, when we keep telling ourselves, yeah, I always get what I want, this is what she said, it's just, it helps as well to reinforce again the positive belief in regards to this. So I'm always lucky, or things always work out for me. I like this this affirmation as well. I like a lot, or I like to say as well, this has again perfectly worked out for me, So once more, just like to really focus on the positive. Namsa, I think we lost Carol Anna.
What's happened to Carol Ann? I think she got kicked out.
I'm sure she appears again.
Yeah.
No?
I actually
Mm.
agree with you, Claudia, when you say everything has a meaning attached to it. And sometimes we have to learn, like you were saying to me, your passports, you guys, your passports are late. They sometimes things are happening in a different way. You may find that I read a story of a guy that he missed the flight, and when he missed the flight, he actually thought it was bad luck. And then a few hours later, he had that flight he was supposed to take. He crashed. The flight crashed. So to him, like what you're saying, that we have to learn from all these things that we think that they're bad luck, or the things that happen to our lives. So he had translated the missing the flight as the bad luck, but it was lucky because the flight crashed basically, and people did not survive on that flight. And for me, basically, I believe that things happen for a reason. And I believe that it's like what Carol Anna was saying about between her and her siblings, that she believes that her siblings things seems to happen for her, and for her they don't happen. And I believe that if you basically, it's the energy, everything that we do in life is about energy. For me, basically, with my siblings, I'm different, and my siblings are different. I'm a bit bonkers. People think I get luck, but I try. It's like I have this thing in me that basically I have to try something. If I want to try something, like let's say there's something that I want to do and it's big, and there is big fear in me, I just have to close my eyes. And when I close my eyes, I just have to go for it. And sometimes my family will be like really, really scared. But with me, I'm scared, but at the same time, I take action. But when I succeed, people can translate that as luck. But it's actually not luck. Is there is drive, there is energy, there is God. I believe in the Creator, that If God can give blessings, so that means that I can actually go for the things and try the things. And also, if I get disappointed or if I get no, I don't mind trying it next time. Like what you were saying, that we have to learn. Life is about learning. And also, when you see somebody getting their own blessings, you celebrate them, or either you ask them, how did you get that luck, and something like that. And we do some, we watch X Factor, we watch all these TV, reality TV, people winning. And these people that are winning, they don't actually get luck. Luck is something to do with it, that is something is in there, but they work hard to win the audience. They work hard, and also they are producers that are watching, and mostly the producers are watching the character. If this one wins, will I be able to work with this character? It's like wherever you go, basically, if you have a good character, like I see my daughter, my children have a good character. And I'm a mother who does not interfere, because when you are a child, you have a interfering parents. People get scared to give you opportunities. They're like, that one, oh my goodness, even if it affects the child, and then you see other children succeeding. But for me, I don't interfere with my children, with whoever is teaching them. I always step back, and in that way, stepping back, there's always somebody who brings opportunities to me and say, oh, I think your children will be good at this, what do you think? Because I'm letting them be. So sometimes basically the luck, like what you were saying, Claudia, that we attach things. If you just go with the flow and believe that, no, you are entitled. There are some people that think they're entitled for anything in the country or anything. But if you believe that I cannot do this, I can do this, I can get up and do this, like your spouse, apply for a passport. It's not going to come in time, but there is a reason why that passport is not coming in time. Sometimes it might be a delay of something. Maybe you go on a holiday, things go right, or you go on a holiday, or it's just a delay. Somebody missed his application to give him on time. But is it bad luck, or is it luck? How do we label it? It will be up to us how we label it. So for me, basically, I believe that there is bad luck. I believe that there is good luck, and I always tell my family that you have to go for what you want in life, because I believe that when you are in a certain location, there are places where the angels of God can bless you. But there is also people that move to that a different location where the angels of God will come and bless you, give you luck, and you're not there. So they return because you're not there. So I believe in that, and I've had so many pastors saying that if you want to be blessed, it's like, I'm African. There's some people that come to overseas and they believe that they're going to change their lives, and they don't, because I think their destiny is in Africa. That's where their blessings are. That's where the angels, the people that are meant to bless them, that's where they are. So you have to evaluate your life based on your energy, based on the energy around you. So over to you, Claudia. Carol Ann is back.
Okay, good. Hello.
Are
Hi,
you on your
Caroline.
laptop now, Carol Ann?
Hi. Oh,
Are you on your
how
laptop
lucky was
now?
that? I came back in again. My laptop.
Yes, it
I had to
Mm.
shut it down. My phone got too hot.
It happens.
I was sat here thinking, you're having much luck these days in terms of
Oh no,
my
you
phone
In
you are
terms of
keep getting
definitely.
hot, my laptop not wanting to play ball with, restream.
Mm.
I keep going, and I'm
yeah.
here again now.
I mean, yeah, Carol, and we were just like as well talking a bit as well what you said in regards to that, just like how to see things and to be actually as well grateful about it, and that there's always meaning to it. And then I said there's always a lesson. And then usually what happens in this very moment, if we say something is unlucky or unfortunate, then we don't see the blessing in this very moment, or the reason why it's the way it has come out or happening as well right now. So this usually happens at a later time, that we see, okay, this has been the reason, and this, the good thing, the good outcome is so and so, but unfortunately we don't see it in the very moment. So we just do get a bit upset and blame it on, like people or whatever it is. Yeah. So this can happen. This is where we were at, Carol Ann.
Okay, yes. And I've just seen, I had by a quote by Cormac McCarthy: "You never know what worse luck your bad luck has saved you from." I'm thinking, that was an interesting thought.
Yeah, yes, Carol Ann, because Nomsa just, when you were gone, she gave us the example of, there was a guy and he didn't get the passport, or the flight was cancelled, but
Oh
in the
no,
end
he
it
missed
was,
the flight. He missed the
he
flight.
missed the flight, and then it was in the end bad luck to begin with, what he thought, and then good luck because, the plane
Crashed.
crashed, unfortunately. So so
Yeah,
it's
so
just,
but it wasn't
Yeah.
really to
Mm,
him. That's how he translated
yeah.
it. So it shows that sometimes that how we translate life or the outcome is not true, because we don't know what's behind the curtains. We don't know the reason why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's great. So there's a bit of
Yes,
intuition there going on,
yes, 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 yes.
going in with that
Mm,
quote. So yes,
I know we're
mm,
talking about your siblings, you and your siblings. When you
mm.
said your siblings seems to be the one that gets lucky, we're saying, I'm sure your siblings, she goes for the things that she's not scared. She just goes for the things with a good energy.
yeah, she has an expectation it's going to work out,
Yeah, I just
and
wanted
it
to
does.
say I could pick up on her energy. This sibling of yours is a bit like, she just expects things to happen for her, and I quite like this actually. I could just pick that up actually. Yes, 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 yes. I like it. Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Mm,
So yeah, there's an expectation. So if you
mm,
have that expectation, it's just going to happen. Things, people show up, events happen,
yeah.
and if you have that, you don't have that expectation. If you have a slight tinge on it and think, oh, it doesn't, work for me, then guess what?
Mm,
It won't. And or it may be that you're comparing yourself, and you're not actually aware of the luck and the fortune that you're getting, because you're so busy looking at what the other person has got and think, oh, that's not fair. Look at what they've got. Look at what they've got. You're not actually looking at what you've got.
yeah.
And so something you could do each day before you go to bed is just actually write down one lucky thing that happened to you, one thing that you can be grateful for that happened that day. So you can really focus on, well, where was my luck? What did go right for me? Or not necessarily right or wrong. It's where was I lucky today? And focus on that before you then go to bed. So you can really see, where is your luck? What happens for you that is lucky? Because someone else could be looking at you and thinking you're the luckiest person alive, because compared to them, you're getting things that they want that they're not getting. So we're always comparing ourselves with other people. So that can be a downfall there, But something that both J.K. Rowling and Frank Sinatra say, J.K. Rowling says, luck can only get you so far. And Frank Sinatra expands on that in his quote by saying, people often remark that I'm pretty lucky. Luck is only important insofar as getting the chance to sell yourself at the right moment. After that, You've got to have talent and know how to use it. So I thought, yes, it is that luck. There's that opportunity, but continue with it. You do need the talent. You just need, and again, need to know how to use it. So J.K. Rowling, she had luck happen for her, but again, it only took her so far. She had to work and keep writing and keep producing the work, for it to continue. So again, what's your talents? What are you good at? And keep expanding them. Again, the lucky person continues to expand themselves. They're always learning and developing themselves and finding out, well, what else could they know about? How else could they expand their ideas, their knowledge, their wisdom, their experience? Because again, it's all about experience. And so something that you think is not a lucky experience or that is an unlucky experience, it's an experience. And so it is going, okay, this is an experience. What part of me is actually asked for this experience? And go in. And again, it's doing that inner work, because you're either creator or you're victim. And it's in your own mind and how you deal with the experiences you have and the events that happen. So again, it's that mindset, it's that looking at things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because we can play the victim, the poor me story, staying as well in this energy, no matter, but then as well, we have always the choice to make the pivot and to change the story or the energy around it, even though if it's just slightly, because sometimes it can be difficult to come out of something. 180 degrees is even too much sometimes, but just like a slightly pivot, we always have a choice, just like a little twist in regards to the energy or the shift or how we see things, and this can already be very helpful.
Yeah, I love that. It's just a slight pivot.
Yes.
It's just a slight pivot.
Yeah.
It may only be a little bit in that where you are.
Yeah.
But as you move along that path, it gets further and further away from the path that you were on. So a small pivot can have massive, massive impact. So I think that's another thing that people tend to think, oh, you've got to, turn things completely around. It's got to be a big shift. Tiny shifts.
Yes, exactly.
Tiny shifts are magical.
Not about the big things. And as well, I always would like to remind everyone that we are powerful, we are powerful, and just please don't give your power away. It's just like, and no one is taking our power as well. This is another myth. We decide to give it away, to people, to social media, to the government, and so on. Just like we are powerful.
Yeah. I know, and I always say, because when people are not well, or they've got a cough or a cold, or they're not well, and they say, oh, don't come near me. I don't want to give you what I've got. And I'll go up and I say, you cannot give me what I choose not to take.
I like that.
And if because if I get what you've got, then that's my choice. There's something in me that's decided to take it, and I will deal with that. So let's have a hug, because I'm not going to deprive them, because a hug is healing. That human touch, there's so much healing happens in that moment, and so I've moved much more into that way of thinking. When my children were younger, when they were little, I always thought, well, I believed in the power of our immune system. So I never kept them coddled or, kept them home if they were out with other children. If they were meant to go down with like chicken pox or whatever was going around, it helps your immune system to build it up if they got coughs and colds. But they very rarely got anything. They got the childhood diseases that went round, they did get chicken pox. But they were very rarely ill. You know, they were quite robust. And so it is allowing your own body to work in its best way it knows how. And so helping it to do that, so boost your immune system. So certainly, but I've certainly come much more to thinking about if I do go in with something, then there's something here for me to work with and to explore it. What part of me decided to take it on board? You know, I did go down with COVID at the end of 2020, around the Christmas time, and it was like, okay, it happened. Did I go, oh gosh, poor me, you know, I'm not very lucky? I was lucky to go all year to that point without it, and it happened. Where did I get wrong? So I didn't go out. My daughter worked from home. Okay, my son-in-law, he worked, but the children generally at home. So where did it come from? My body in that moment decided time to experience it. And it was an experience. I'll tell you, it wasn't, I won't say it was a pleasant one, but I explored it. I worked with it. And when I came out the other side, I mean, one of the most bizarre experiences of it was actually losing my sense of smell and taste. You know, 1 minute I'm smelling eucalyptus on my tissue, and the next minute I can't smell it. It really is the most bizarre experience, especially when you know something as pungent as eucalyptus oil and you can't smell it. And food just didn't taste it. It's just like had cardboard in my mouth, you know. And then once those senses came back, it was like, oh, because I started realizing, right, I'm on the path to recovery. And my breathing changed because I didn't have, my breathing wasn't very good to start with, but it changed while I was having COVID, and it didn't feel good in itself, but it was different, and I was aware of the difference, and I think, oh. And then as I came out of it, again it shifted, and I really feel like I've healed something quite deep just by allowing myself to go through that, but being with it and exploring it and just doing healing and, you know, using different supplements and things to support my own immune system, you know. So again, it's not fighting it or making it wrong, it's working with it. And I've been lucky since, you know. It's been another, 18 months since then. And people are going down with it. Some people have had it 2-3 times. Even people that have had the, you know, in the arm 2-3 times, they've still gone down with it. It's crazy. So I think it's just how you play with it and how you work with it and how you look at it. And so, yeah, we are all a great deal luckier than we realise. We usually get what we want, or near enough. Roald Dahl said that. So again, yes, what part of us wanted this? What was the experience? So, yeah, what do you hear in that? Yeah, go, Claudia. I know
Yes,
Go, Claudia.
it is just like sometimes as well in life, I am coming to this point, depending what the situation is, I try to not to take it too serious, you know, the thing what is going on outside, a discussion or something with someone or in me, when my stuff is coming up as well, it's just like, if I can, I try to just not to take it too serious, actually, you know, and it helps as well, rather than labeling in, you know, bad luck, good luck, positive, negative. So it's just like, but obviously it's not working all the time, depending what it is, and just, but yeah, it helps, and it's a nice little tool I am, doing when I can. Yeah.
And I like not taking life too serious. I don't take life too serious. Honestly, everything that I do, if things go wrong, they go wrong. I just sit down and take a breathe to it, and then I take action, whether to sort the problems out. I don't really, like Claudia, you're saying that, try not to take life too serious. And Carol Annie, you say comparing of yourself with other people. Comparing your life with somebody is a thief of joy. I cannot stand someone comparing me with somebody else. When with my family and my friends, I try to teach them how I do things. I never ever want them to compare their lives with me, because comparing your life with me is a torture. I call it a torture, because you don't know what I have to do the things that I do. So it's no point in. Okay, let me open the door.
Okay. And in that moment, there's fortune calling on the door. Yeah.
It's true.
Who knows?
Yes. Comparison as well. Exactly what she said. It is a theft of joy. I know this quote as well, and we can't do this. It doesn't make sense, because it's like comparing apples to oranges. We are all different and all unique in our own way. And this is as well something I think I understood at this time. So I stopped comparing myself with others. So it's just like, and it's a relief, right, Carol Ann? Yeah. Once you really understand, it's just, it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
It certainly doesn't make sense, and it is a trap that you can find yourself falling into quite often, comparing yourself. And I think it's then becoming aware of that downward spiral, because it just sucks your energy. And again, it's like, okay, what's taking me here? What's causing me to, it's almost like it's a habit. It's a drug that you want to take you, you get to that point of that feeling of, that heaviness. And it is something that you created, and you've taken yourself to that place. So again, what part of you is addicted to feeling this way? What is it that you're actually getting from it? There could be a secondary gain. Look at that, because is that addiction to that state.
Yes, and motivation as well. Like some people feel motivated comparing themselves to others. This is how they get, get into action, to do things. Yeah.
Can't hear you, Manon. So would you like to?
Yes.
Oh yes, so it's the internet guys coming to put the internet. They are meant to be here at 2, but they're early, so that means it works for me, because I have to pick my daughter from school, so it's gonna work out well. So my appointment was between 2 and 4, but he promised that he will send them before the school pick up. Although yesterday they stood me up. So I was saying it to Carol Ann, comparing your life with somebody else is the thief of joy, because when you compare your life with somebody else, you don't know what they have to go through to achieve the things that they achieve. So it's important that you see yourself as an individual, and whatever luck that is, that you see other people think that they're lucky, you have to try to find out what do they do to make their lives different, and create your own life, and so that you can have a different life that you desire. I think it's important that, even Claudia, you were saying, we always have a choice in life, and Carol Anna, before also you spoke about the talent. that we have to keep expanding our talent. And I think that's life. In life, you have to basically keep expanding, you have to keep learning, you have to keep things up to date with things. So that's what happens with life. And ask questions if there are things that you don't understand. Carol, Anna, and Claudia as well, you guys know that when I was struggling to actually move home, I wasn't quiet. I was asking questions. Like Claudia will make sure that give me some tips on what to do, and energy wise, mindset wise. And Carol Ann as well, you give me some tips because I was willing to basically put my worries out there, not wanting you guys to feel sorry for me, but to give me, because you guys are coaches, to give me some tips. Because it doesn't mean that I'm a coach just because I'm a coach, I know everything. I don't. So those are the kind of things that for me basically it makes me different from anybody else. I'm not ashamed to ask something if I don't know it. I'm not ashamed to say, help me. And because I know that, and that can be seen as luck, but it's not. That is basically God pushing me to say, Nomsa, if you want your blessings, yes, Carol Ann, she can help you. Here's Claudia, she can help you. Here's Dr. Bigan. So there are so many, these, you guys are there as angels. God blesses people, he gives people like it through people. And also you have to be at the right time. And I saw that when I was looking for a house, there was an energy that wanted me to get out to where I'm living. Really, really wanted me to move out. And inside of me, there was this energy that says, no, I'm staying. And I see that basically now I believe that this is where my life is meant to change. And that's why this energy was trying to get me out of this town where I am. And now I'm believing that basically when I listen to pastors, I'm like, I've never experienced this. Are they telling the truth now? I know that they are telling the truth. When you're actually doing things, what is he doing outside? He's pushing things outside. Yeah, when you are doing something, basically, we might see it as life, but it's having that energy inside that says, you can do this. Believe in yourself and be able to basically, the light inside of us, there is light, and bring that light up and allowing blessings, and it's allowing yourself to say, I can receive this, I can be this. I can be this, like it goes to talk shows, Carol Ann, somebody's watching TV right now, and Claudia and me, but we are here. So when we do change our lives, somebody will say it's luck, but it's not luck. It's what we are willing to do. They are willing to watch TV. We are willing to be here right now. So that's life. That's how life is. It's the blessings are there for us to get them. Fish, go fishing, like like John going fishing and being able not to give up. Over to you, Carol Ann.
Yeah, I love that. The blessings are there. Go reach out, go, grab them. And I think this is very often where you don't grab them. You see them, these opportunities, but you don't grab them. And it is about just going for it. And that's where, again, people who appear to be lucky, they take the opportunities that arise. They go, oh, yes, okay, let me have a go at that. They're flexible, they're open, and they're willing to explore it. And it doesn't mean that, yes, you need to grab out every opportunity willy-nilly. Be open to looking at it, taking it down, opening it up, and exploring it.
Yeah.
And asking questions about it and finding out. And then going with your instinct, because intuition plays a big part as well. Does this work for me right now or not? And whatever decision you make there, or choice, remember it's your choice. So whatever then happens from that point, you had a choice. And there's always an impact of that choice. There's always a consequence of that choice. So again, it's down to you where you take yourself. And I know, Nomsa, what you were saying about looking for a house. I mean, you've been looking for somewhere for a long time, and it has been a bit impatient. But okay, let's be patient. And your patience has grown, and you've learned a lot through this process. You've let go of a lot of the impatience and the and you've actually grown in terms of learning to listen to what the others want, or listen to what is there for you to learn. You know, is there a reason you need to be where you were in that interim, from where you were staying to where you are now? You had to stay somewhere else. And so it was being open to that opportunity. You had an opportunity to move into somewhere else temporarily. Great opportunity. And I really heard you open up into that. And it could have been quite, you know, fallen down in it and made it, and not made it very comfortable at all with your attitude, but you rose to it. You made the best of it, and you waited patiently. And now what I'm hearing is you have got the place that you want, which actually works for all of you, not just you. And I think that's the important thing, was it works for the whole family. And that's sometimes where you can fall down as well, being solely sort of looking at yourself. If there's more of you that live together, it has to work for everybody. And so that's sharing. And so, yeah, networking is a key thing here about bringing luck, because sharing knowledge and growing your connections, it can actually raise your profile and bring opportunities to you. Because otherwise you're hidden. Nobody knows anything about you. And I know that. I'm really good at hiding. I get out there a bit more, and I'm working on that, you know. Because yeah, that's that part of me that, why don't they approach me? Well, it's like they don't know. You're not putting yourself out there, Caroline. So again, it's that networking, it's that sharing ideas, finding out other people, and raising your profile. And again, that's what brings the opportunities that you can think, oh, I didn't know about that. And I know when I first started on my journey from teaching into this world that I'm in now, all I knew about was having a job. All I knew about was I just wanted to teach. I loved teaching, and I loved my subject, which was maths. I never ever saw me moving out of it. The universe had other ideas, and I took those opportunities. I thought that I was just going to tick all the trainings to become an educational kinesiologist alongside my teaching. I did one after the other, after the other, after the other. It just, they were there, the opportunity was there, it came. Did I do them in an order that was, so say, supposed to be done? No. I did them in the order that they came to me, and for me, it was the perfect order. And then I found myself doing other trainings in other fields. And so my whole life changed. And somebody rang me up and said, oh, he shared with me about Brandon Bayes and the journey. I'd never heard of it before. But I took that opportunity, went on a journey intensive for a weekend. Again, opened doors and learnings in a different direction that broadened everything out for me. And again, a whole different field of people that I got to know. And so it's just letting those doors open, those opportunities, taking them. And so I feel really lucky on the journey that I've had, even though it's got a bit sort of sticky these last, I don't know, these last few years. I'm sort of sitting in, well, what am I doing? But I'm just letting myself go through that, because I think energetically there is that around at the moment. There is this shift that's happening, and people are wondering, are sort of sinking into, what's going on here? What am I really about? What am I doing? What am I meant to be doing? And can feel very lethargic. And it's just about just being with that and working with it. So you can come out the other side with a clearer idea of what is your path and what you're meant to be doing. I don't know how have you found this the same, Claudia? Or you finding other people in a similar
No, it is.
boat?
I think as well what you say, it's it's a big shift happening as well right now, and and sometimes the energies they can be a bit dense, but this is as well just like for them to be shifted, and then that certain old stuff can be lifted as well from us. So we just have to go through this, and again, it helps here to look at our own mindset, and gratitude actually is a great thing as well to uplift us and to change the perspective as well. Maybe a bit like, what are you grateful for? We someone of you said this earlier, I think it was you, Carol Ann, in regards to what are you grateful right now in your life, but like as well, just like absolutely, it really helps to shift the mood and the perspective, and as well celebrate our wins as well. We don't celebrate ourselves too often, way too little. Just once a week as well, or set yourself some goals or motivations on a Monday, and then by the end of the week, just celebrate yourself. Yeah, absolutely, and pat yourself on the shoulder. What great things you've done this last week. Something else I wanted to say. Yeah, and as well, it's about the journey as well. What I figured out, and I appreciate it as well at this stage, because we always want to be somewhere at a destination, somewhere at the end. But actually, it's about the journey. So as well with Nomza, for her to be a bit patient and to live in a temporary place until actually as well her house, what was meant for her and the whole family, was actually ready for everyone to move in. So it's about the journey. This is actually as well when the blessings and the learnings and the aha moments happen.
Yeah, I love what you said there. It is about the journey and not the destination. And that's what I've come to realize when people say, have you written your book yet? Because I know I help people with their writing and unlock the writer within. And I say, have you ever written a book? And I wouldn't. No, it's not published. I'm in the process of. It's still a journey that I'm on. And so although my focus this year is to now really focus on writing it, but again, it's all the steps that the journey that I'm going through. There's things that struggles that I go through, and then there's aha moments, and I springboard forward with it, And one of my learnings is about sharing my journey, and that's what I haven't been doing. And so I need to share more about my journey with the writing to help people understand where I'm coming from, because a lot think, well, I was a maths teacher, so now you must be an English teacher. It's like, no, it's not the same at all. It is about going in and unlocking the writer within. There is an inner writer. There is that ability within us all to be able to write. And although we're all at different levels of actually having that ability unlocked, we can always unlock it even more. So, and I think it's the same with luck. It's about our ability to focus on what have we got in this moment? How has it been lucky for us? Rather than that shifting and looking at it, oh, I'm unlucky, it hasn't worked out again. And there was, something about, someone said, I can't remember now. It went, but not to wait. Nomsa, you want to add something here? You were smiling just now, and I thought, yeah.
Yeah, I was smiling at you guys when you're saying life is a journey. It is a journey, basically, because I remember the journey that I had to go through, waiting for my home, and is in that journey, it's been. I've never questioned my abilities. I never questioned God, but all I did was to trust and believe that things will happen for me. And I knew that whatever things were going on, I knew that there was a reason for it. It's something that I had to learn because I've never gone through these kind of problems before. I grew up in a home where my family and my stepdad's side, they all have everything. My daddy's side, there's everything. So I needed to learn this process of being patient. And I told you, Carol, and sometimes you make phone calls and people don't return your phone calls. And it's just teaching me something not to give up, basically, about life. So I'm gonna let you guys speak, and I'm gonna pause my side of here. And Carol Anna, you need to close the show as well, because this side is very noisy.
Okay, bless you.
Sure.
So,
Yes.
Claudia, would you like to just
So
add something?
basically, my
Yes.
words of encouragement
Yeah.
basically will be like, whatever you do, like what Carol
Mm.
Anna was saying, you don't believe that you don't have luck. Your luck is there, your blessings are there. It's up to you to grab them, grab them, grab them.
Mm.
Remember, there's three. There is underground heaven. There is second heaven. Second heaven is where uh, basically Lucifer stops blessings, luck. The first heaven is where God releases the blessings, and second heaven is somebody can say no to your blessings. It's up to you to say no, I'm gonna fight, and then you keep fighting. So those who don't know that, you don't just get lucky, or if you find a man and things are not going well, that means your relationship has been stopped this side. You have to release it. You have to release your blessings, release your luck from the second heaven. And then Gary, if somebody stops your luck, Gary cannot say Gary wants you to come and defend yourself for any tongue that is rising against you. He wants you to come and defend yourself and say no, yes to my blessings. So that's what I need to say to everyone that is watching, that we are born to succeed. So your life is there for you to grab it, fish. If the fish don't come, keep trying until. Over to you, girls. Carol Ann, please,
No,
you can
okay, yeah.
close the show as well.
Yes. Just one last
Go,
thing
Claudia.
before you
Yeah.
finish off as well. Yes,
Yeah.
and a little tip as well, bless what it is you want, you know. So if we see someone being lucky and they, you know, get the nice things, or they're successful, they succeed, they get the money, they have the money, everything, what we like to have and see in others, bless it, because then the universe is like, is this what you want? And then you get more of it as well, rather than being jealous of them, because this is just like, it could be an interpretation. Okay, that's not what you want, so let's not bring it to you. So a tip, bless what it is you want, and you see this in others.
That's lovely. Thank you, Claudia. And just like to leave people with a quote, actually, by Dalai Lama. And that is, remember that sometimes not getting what you want is a wonderful stroke of luck. So thank you for listening. And we're here Monday to Friday, 1 till 2, and Cozy Talk Shows. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we look forward to hearing from you. Any comments, any feedback, we would love to hear from you. So thank you, and look forward to seeing you again. Bye.